This is the sound of an old CRT television tuned to a dead channel. To some, it might just sound like white noise. But if you listen very closely, if you strain to make out the static, you might hear voices. Whispers that tell a terrifying tale of a small town. The year is 1985. For the residents of a quiet rural town, that all changes one night, when a local TV station begins airing a late-night test pattern on an otherwise unused channel. At first, it's just a minor curiosity. After all, test patterns are commonly used by broadcasters to check equipment or signal strength. Plus, it's the middle of the night, and there's nothing on TV anyway. But for some strange reason, this test pattern never turns off. Every night, at exactly 3:03 a.m., he appears to be mouthing words, but it's impossible to tell what he's saying. This continues for several weeks, with the mysterious broadcaster seemingly unaware that viewers around the country are beginning to suffer hallucinations. For some, the whispering voice drives them insane. They become convinced that the shadowy figure is reaching inside their television sets to pull their minds apart. Others believe that the images are bleeders from another dimension. Either way, it's only a matter of time before someone does something terrible. And the worst part is, no one knows the broadcast is even happening. During the day, the channel in question shows nothing but a test pattern. There's no programming, no advertisements, nothing to indicate that anyone is even running a station on that frequency. The same is true today. No one has ever filed a missing persons report for the shadowy figure because, when he's actually there, or even if he's actually real. The only evidence that any of this ever happened at all is the people who still see it. From time to time, the FCC will receive a phone call from someone claiming to have seen the Night Stalker, as he's become known. But by the time the authorities arrive, there's no sign of him, and the TV static has cleared up. It's almost as if he were never there at all. Some say the Night Stalker was never human, that he's an alien or a demon using human form as a disguise. What's more, they claim that his whispers drive those around him mad, so anyone who saw him would never come back. But there are others who disagree. They say the Night Stalker is very real, and he's in desperate need of help. An unknown woman called the police, claiming her brother had been taken by the Night Stalker. She begged the authorities to tune into the test pattern so they could rescue her brother before it was too late. But by the time the police arrived at the station, the broadcast was over and her brother was nowhere to be found. Another woman came forward claiming she had been abducted by the Night Stalker while watching television. She said she heard a knock at the door, but when she opened it, no one was there. Then her TV began picking up the test pattern. As she stared at the screen in horror, the image shifted, and the Night Stalker reached out to her. Unable to resist, she stepped through the television and vanished. Years later, she reappeared, wandering naked down a busy street. When the police finally brought her to a hospital, she was catatonic, having lost all memory of the last 21 years. Doctors were unable to determine if her mental breakdown was caused by stress, schizophrenia, or something more sinister. As the years pass, the number of abductees grows. That is until one fateful day when a young boy discovered a box of old home videos in the attic. Among them was a recording of the Night Stalker broadcast. When the boy showed it to his friend, they noticed something strange. Hidden behind the test pattern, almost imperceptible, it read, "If you're seeing this, run." As the video played on, the message changed. "Don't trust the TV." And finally, "You've seen too much." When the tape turned over, it revealed something even more disturbing. On the other side was a series of numbers followed by the date August 12th, 2004. The boy's friends thought it was a prank, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. So he took the tape to the police, hoping they could determine where it came from. But when the investigators tried to play it, they found that the second half of the tape had been eaten away by a magnetic field. All that remained was a single whisper. You've seen too much. So is the Night Stalker an interdimensional being or a man in distress? If you think you can solve this mystery, try watching the rest of our Unsolved Mysteries playlist. Just don't blame us when your mind is broken beyond repair.